Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, G.I. Joe Classified Series number 141, Steel Corps Commander vs. Twilight Guard. Stick around. What's up and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 141 Troop Builder 2-pack, the Steel Corps Commander vs. Twilight Guard. So a new release, we got another 2-pack, obvious repaint, but they look kind of cool. So we'll go ahead and look over the box. So here you have it. You got the black and blue box, G.I. Joe and Cobra. I like the G.I. Joe vs. Cobra little logo design they have here. You see Steel Corps Commander and Twilight Guard at the top. There's your figures and all the nice accessories. Spin to the side. You have this pretty wild looking side art with the Commander and the Guard. 141 at the bottom. Around to the back. You have more figure art here of the two fighting. And they look pretty neat. I like some of the new details they added to them, and I'm pretty looking forward to getting these open. But we'll check it out up here. You have a few shots here, I guess from these two from the Commander and this from the Guard. Down at the bottom, you got some stats. So we'll show you the Commanders first, and then there's the Twilight Guard. Around to this side, you got the stats again. 41, G.I. Joe and Cobra. QR code. Bottom UPC, top G.I. Joe Cobra 141. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and pop this open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so with the announcement of this, I wasn't too shocked to see something coming. The Twilight Guard, as they call it, just another take on the 50th Shadow Guard, but it's still pretty neat. It's got some pretty cool looking stuff, and we're gonna go ahead and check those out. So I'm looking forward to it and see how he looks like in person. Hey, we haven't gotten on one of these in a while. Crap. Alright, so here's the figures in the plastic dungeon. You have a ton of accessories here. It's crazy. An absolute ton. You know, I think they need to start giving us some new stuff, because you got all this, you know, remolded and just repainted stuff. It's kind of getting old, I guess, but I'd like to actually see some new weapons and accessories come with some figures. But I guess for the meantime, it is what it is, and that's what we get. Set them down. This is cool. You have the G.I. Joe and Cobra backdrop. That looks really nice. That's pretty awesome. We haven't seen that yet, and I'm actually looking forward to maybe some more versus packs if we get them, because I actually like that. That looks really good. So try to get that all to the side. Maybe not too much glare on it, hopefully. And then I guess we'll start breaking everything out. I'm going to do the Commander first. So let's go ahead and start with this small piece here. And we have a few accessories. First up, you have knife, black handle, silver blade, typical, seen it before. Now you have some blast effects here. So it's always good, I think, when the figures include blast effects. You can never not have enough. Even though we've seen all these, and we probably have a bunch, if you're like me anyways, that you haven't used yet. And I just like to add them to the pile, but more if we need them. So let's show all these off rather quickly. You have this rapid fire one here. It's got some yellow and orange paint in it. Top's translucent. 2 single shots. So you got the orange flame down here, you know, kind of going into, I guess, the explosion itself shooting out. Pretty neat. Pegs at the ends. And then this kind of 4-way burst right here. Now, moving on. We'll go ahead and just pop a bunch of these out and go over them one by one. So I figured I'd take out all of these accessories first, and I'll get to that stuff last. But you have another blast effect, a little smoke piece that comes out of the front of the barrel. you have a submachine gun here, black with a new edition of the purple. There's your removable magazine. Holes at the ends for blast effects. And 2 more blast effects here. At least they're changing the colors up on these. I noticed that more of a darker orange in there. One of my favorites. And last blast effect right here. All reuse we've seen before. Now coming on down, we have this rifle, more M16 style. Scope at the top, hole at the end of the barrel, removable magazine. Here you have your ammo belt, nice soft plastic, very bendy. Another smaller submachine gun, hole for a blast effect. There's your grip, it's got the purple on it, which is really nice looking, and removable magazine. Plus. And you have your rifle here. Got a nice scope and stock, extended barrel. There's a hole at the end of the, I guess that's a suppressor. And then another hole here. If you don't want to use this and just pop a blast effect onto it, or just don't use one at all. Removable magazine. And final accessory for this side, you have the heavy machine gun. Has the bipod in front in purple, all black gun. We've seen this before. And you notice they did not color the ammo box. It's green. And there's your small little piece of ammo going into it right there. But nice. All right, I guess we'll finish out the weapons here. Got a couple more here, but we're gonna go ahead and finish out the weapons. So I believe since they were more on that side, they're more of the guard stuff. But here we have the backpack. You can see that logo at the top right here. And this looks nice. Kind of extended backpack. You got the purple straps on here. These grip pieces on the sides to be able to hold some of your weapons. And at the bottom. Peg on the back. I like the texture to it. Has that little bit of a rigid feeling. Let's put that back here. Here's the sword or saber. You got the addition of the purple on it. Same as the Crimson Guard sword that we saw. And then, so then we'll go ahead and pop that saber out. So you have the more darker gunmetal colored blade. Pretty cool. Over here, you have grenade launcher. Pretty neat stock, black and purple. All right, pistol, black with the gunmetal slide. Hole at the end of the barrel for a blast effect. Moving over, we got the steel core pistol. So you got the black with gold, no hole for a blast effect. And then you have the more larger knife here, serrated top, Crimson Guard style handle, gunmetal colored blade. And then you have another rifle here, black with the purple, very odd front. Not sure what kind of gun this is. I know it's probably not real, but maybe some type of shocking or tasing rifle. And then finally, you have this crazy, also with this weird end of the muzzle. Not sure what this is either, but it looks good with the black and purple. Obviously your handle and trigger up here, and then you have a magazine back here, which does not appear to be removable. Interesting. All right, so there's our accessories. So we'll go ahead and push those back a bit. And now we'll break out the figures, and I think we're going to start with the commander first. All right, so we broke him out. Remold of the regular Steel Corps Trooper. He looks good though. I like the color swaps. You got the gold in the helmet, like the traditional Steel Corps Commander or Steel Brigade Commander. And he's got that more of a kind of a dark navy almost jumpsuit on here. Got the green accents all over it, and then the vest, of course. These shoulder bells, which I'm not really fond of on any of the figures. I did take them off the other ones, but probably just leave them on this one just for the fun of it. There's the Steel Core logo on the side. It says Steel Core, and you have the gold paint on there with the star and wing. Got some bullets over here. Black wrist guards. There's the right holster, and then your pouch is over here. Vest looks good. Holster in the back. Cool. So we'll check out his articulation. Obviously there's no head under there. The Steel Core helmet is simply the head itself, right on top of the ball joint on the neck. The head can do full 360. Look down that far, up that far, a little bit of side to side. There is a range of motion on the neck, so I can tilt a bit. Down to the arms. They're on the hinge, and with the shoulder bell on, they can only come up about that far. If we were to slide it down, get a little more range. Doesn't really do much, but you get the idea. Can rotate full 360. You got bicep swivel. Slide that back up. You have the double jointed pinless elbows. And then you have the hinge peg in the wrist. So you can rotate that 360, angle it down and up. And just the one set of hands. And these are trigger finger grip hands. He's got the vest on, so obviously we can't see the ab crunch. He can move a little bit with it on. So there's some back, and there's some forward. Waist swivel. Belt is not attached either, so that can move around. So go down to the hip. You have drop leg, thigh swivel, double jointed pinless knees. He's got calf swivel at the bottom of the pants and top of the boot. Hinge at the ankle, move forward that far, and the foot up that far. So basic articulation for your Steel Core Commander. We'll go ahead and stand him up, put him to the back for now. And now we'll move on to the Twilight Guard, who I was actually looking forward to. Pop him out. And here he is. Also another repaint, but he has some new stuff. So that's what I wanted to see. You have this little side cape here. Two-tone, black on the top, red on the bottom. Very Dracula-ish. Maybe even Cobra Commander-ish. He's got these new armor pads on his arms. So there's the right. Here's the left, as well as that little logo in there. Kind of reminds me of like the Crimson Guard triangle with a bit of Illuminati in there. You have, it could be an all-seeing eye, I'm not really sure. I can't see it too well from this, I guess, angle, but it's pretty neat. Some nice detail on the face, nice shiny black on that helmet. Go down to the belt, there's that buckle. Got sheath over here, holster over here. Very cool. See the strap that connects the cape on. Now, I think that's flexible. You pop some stuff, you can probably take it off, but I have no intention on taking it off. I think it looks great on him, so we'll leave it as is. Now, we'll go ahead and check out the articulation. Head on a ball joint, forward and back. A little bit of side to side, a lot of side to side actually. Can rotate full 360, and there's also range of motion in that neck a bit. Over to the arm, slide that shoulder pad down, arm comes out that far. Rotate full 360, bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows, and you got your elbow pad. Got them nice shiny gauntlets on them as well. And down to the wrist, another hinge peg. You can go full 360, angle down that far, and up that far. All right, a little more trickier because this web gear is just kind of strapped all over him, but he actually can do a little bit more of an ab crunch. So forward that far and back that far. Waist swivel. Belt is not attached either. There's your peg hole, probably for the sword or saber, whichever you want to call it. Down at the hips. Much better drop leg. Put that back up. Thigh swivel. Double jointed pinless knees. Also calf rotation at the bottom of the pant, top of the boot. And down at the ankle, there's your hinge. Foot can go that far forward and that far up. So again, basic articulation, and I think the figure looks pretty cool. So we'll set him to the back, see how he stands on his own, and that works. So now there's a ton of accessories here, and we're gonna go ahead and gear them up. We're gonna bring in the commander first. I'm gonna pull out a pair of figure lab stands just to put in his feet to give him some more stability. He does seem to stand okay on his own, but I want to try to load him up as much as possible, and I don't want him falling over. So we get them popped in right there and there. And now first, I think we're going to start with the pistol, and we're going to slide that in right here. I mean, he could also hold it on his back. I have plenty of more pistols, so I can actually probably have him dual wield. So I could have him, I have plenty of more pistols, so I could actually put another one in there somewhere, you know, sometime later. But for now, that's what he's going to get. I'm going to bring in his little knife here and stick that in the sheath on his vest. No backpack for this one, but it's okay. So I'm just going to give him a couple of guns. I'm going to go with the smaller submachine gun here. See how it looks with that. And I think I'm just going to actually let this one go all out. So I'm going to give him this this heavy rifle right here. So go ahead and pop that in his right hand. Kind of turned it a bit. Get this elbow cracked and turned so you can get a grip on it. Got to get our fingers in there. Pry that hand open. I think that'll work. Now for the little ammo box, I don't think we're going to use it. We're going to go ahead and throw the full ammo belt in. Just feed that through. And maybe kind of have him holding the side like that. You know, letting it run through and just ta-da-ta-da-ta-da-ta-da. You know, just fully letting it rip. Bring it down more like that. So I'll do something new, something kind of interesting. We don't really need the bipod down, but we do want to get some nice blast effects going on in here. So we're going to give him this pretty large burst here. Pop it in like that. We'll stick the smaller one in the front. Oh, he's totally going crazy with it. That's what we got for now. Stand him off to the side, and we're gonna gear up the Twilight Guard here. So first we're gonna get this large knife, put that in the sheath, right there. Bring the pistol over and slap that into the holster right here. Bring in our saber, attach that to the belt. Now him, I'm probably going to have him dual wield some stuff, even though I think the backpack looks like it can hold a bit. But we're going to go ahead and give him some figure lab stands as well. Those on, and we'll slide that cape over at the top some to get that backpack in. So we just got to kind of line that peg up through the web gear and try to get it into the hole in his back. Doesn't seem like it wants to line up totally, but I'll get it. There we go. It's a little bit tall, but I think we can fit a bit. Now, a lot of these weapons have the purple in them, and I'm thinking maybe I'll put these on his back, because again, like, I don't know what they are, what type of weapons these are. Interesting looking, but I think they're best to just to go into some storage on his back for now. We'll just bring it up some more to get it out the way. We'll try that again. There we go. So the backpack's loaded up. And now all right, there we go. Change the weapons up, kind of give them a little face-off look. So they're pretty much both dead, you know, with this shot, unless they have some amazingly bulletproof armor. But, all right, so I geared them up, got them sort of in like a little action pose, but they're obviously going to kill each other if they're facing each other like that. So we'll go and spin them around, see what I did here. And they just got the commander kind of, you know, feeding the ammo through his hand, you know, into the heavy machine gun here, while the Twilight Guard is totally decked out with all his weapons. I think he's got everything on him. The Steel Commander, you know, you can't really put nothing on him. He's got options for basically 2 of these 4 larger weapons he comes with, and then his pistol and knife, of course. But I haven't done nothing like this, so I figured, you know, we'll just do that. And I guess that works. Something different for me. And he can't carry his entire loadout, so I think that's fine. But let's go ahead and stand these up back here to attention. Well, not totally to attention. He's in that crouch pose. But we'll bring in their formers and give you a little side-by-side comparison. So here is the Steel Corps Commander with the Trooper and the Twilight Guard with the Crimson Guard. You can see not much of a difference in the Commander himself. He's got some different lower legs, I see. There's a few different pieces on him. I think the upper arms are slightly different. I can't really tell because I have the shoulder pads on the Commander. But I am digging the helmet. I think it looks great. Same vests, pretty much all the same stuff. A couple different swap pieces on him. But as for the Twilight Guard, whole body is the same as the Crimson Guard, except for the little insignia underneath his rank tag. Right here, you can see there's nothing there. He has the embossed chest piece. Totally different chest on this one. Same helmets. The arms are a bit different as well, especially the lower arms. Looks like the boots are the same, the knees are different, upper thighs are different. And then he has all that web gear and the addition of the cape and the shoulder pads. So I think I got to give it to the Twilight Guard on this one. He's got more stuff. He's got some new additions with these weapons that are just crazy. He can hold his entire loadout, which is awesome. So it's kind of a bummer for, you know, the Steel Corps Commander, but I think the Twilight Guard is going to take this round. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and take the 2, throw them up onto the turntable, and give you some final thoughts.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
All right, so here you have it. The G.I. Joe Classified Series, number 141. Steel Corps Commander vs. Twilight Guard 2-pack. Pretty cool. I do like the additions of the swapped out parts, so they're not the original, you know, Steel Corps Trooper and Crimson Guard. They do have some mixed parts in there. As I mentioned before, I do think the Twilight Guard took the cake with this one. He does have, you know, some new, more interesting parts. He can fit his entire loadout on him. I like the addition of that cape. That's pretty slick. The Steel Corps Commander, as much as I want to like this figure, but I just don't think he has what it takes. I guess they could have given him, you know, the jetpack as well, but we didn't get it, or at least I didn't get it. But he's, you know, he's kind of plain, and he can't hold all of his weapons. I think some new weapons would have been nice for him to come with. You got, you know, the heavy machine gun to obviously have him with, and you have the 2 rifles, and then the smaller sub, of course, the pistol. It's just, we've gotten them options before. I want something new. It's just not doing it for me. I do think his helmet looks great. It's not entirely gold like the old versions, but overall he looks good. I like the colors. It really stands out better. He looks good. And the Twilight Guard, he just, again, takes the cake. You know, the purple and black, like my Baltimore Ravens, you know, he stands out. So he's a definite cool one. I will not be troop building these. I think one and done is good for me, especially in this scale. But overall, it's a good set. I'd probably wait for clearance if I was you, to be honest. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.